overcome this is to try. Get onto a cycle and say, and try it out. You know, if someone is, how much space does a cycle need on the road? 11 inches, 12 inches? Right? That's about all. How much space does, so what speed are you going at? 18, 20 kilometers an hour. So if someone's passing by you at 60, 70, 80, 100 kilometers, which is kind of imaginary in our roads anyways, how much time does it take to swerve away from the path of a cycle? A fraction of a second.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine the same with two vehicles traveling at 60, you're sure to hit. So with a cycle, you will not ever, have an issue there. You're safest on a cycle because the thing is going so slow, and because the space required for you to avoid collision is so little. So it's your perception that it's unsafe. It's absolutely safe. So I do about 8,000 kilometers in a year on city roads, in our roads only. I haven't had a near miss even once. Once in a while, when I take my car to work for some reason, every time there is a dent or a bump somewhere. Never had. Every time I have a near miss. A motorcyclist kind of cuts across, and if I'm not fast enough, if I'm not aware enough and watchful, sure to hit or her. No misses on a cycle. No one's come hit me, or no, I haven't hit anyone either. Traffic jams are not an issue. Signal lights are not an issue. You just walk across and you push it across. If you were to cycle on the same roads that you do on a car, obviously you would face a lot of pollution, right? But Bangalore is not like Bombay or whatever, which is, you can take only one road kind of thing. You have a grid of roads like this, which are beautiful. You take these roads, it probably is a kilometer more, but a kilometer more of pleasurable commute to wherever you're going. It's not suffering the jam on the main road or a busy road. The pollution here is almost zilch. You travel 50 meters that side to Ballari Road, the pollution levels are crazy. You're exercising and breathing good air. So how's that suffering anything you're not? So one less vehicle on the road as well. You're also reducing the pollution. So my thought is that you can mark lanes on a road, won't work. Because issue is not lanes, issue is not safety. The issue is not pollution. Issue is laziness and perceptions. If people don't try it out, they will never know it. And all the people that I have seen so far, except for one or two broke the legs, somewhere or whatever kind of issues, everyone's continued to persisted to cycle. And that's become the main vehicle for travel.
Correct.
So if you ask me, where do you want to put your money to change the conditions in the city? So don't put boards saying, this is a cyclist-friendly road, marking so that, you make sure whatever. Gift away a cycle. If you're thinking about HSR and you're spending 19 crores on HSR to mark a cycle lane, it's not going to work so well. There's so much of, we don't have one, this one, type of vehicle. Your rickshaws, your cycles, your pedestrians, your buses, your cars, your cows, your dogs. Everything on the road. Space is a premium. If there is a space, someone's going to occupy it. And they all travel at different speeds. Right? So people are not going to stay away from that marked section and say this is exclusive for cycles. I would rather you gift away it's 19 crore project. It's 19,000 cycles to every home in HSR. It's free, right? People are going to try it. You will change the traffic pattern of the locality.
Can you please introduce yourself and where you work?
Yeah, my name is Udaya Kumar. I'm a Bangalorean. This is my hometown. I live in Sanjaynagar near ISKCON, and I work for Schneider Electric. Workplace is Outer Ring Road, Card-based Delhi.
And you've shifted to cycling since?
About 4 years now. Yeah. So used to be very proud of my cars. It's a status symbol, right?
How many cars do you own?
I have 2 cars.
Okay.
Luxury cars. hardly used these days, except when we are doing out of city or something like that. Cars rarely get used. It's mostly a cycle, or if for other reasons you need more something else, a scooter. That's it.
Can you also give a message to your fellow, citizens?
Hop onto a cycle. There's nothing more than that. Get yourself a cycle, try it out. You will never regret it. You'll never lose a limb, no chance. You'll never grow a pot belly. And the diseases that you're gifting yourself, diabetes, coronary artery disease, blood pressure, blah, 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 all of those diseases, you won't get any one of them. And there's no status to sporting diseases. Yeah. So when you're healthy, when you're 20, when you're 30, great. All you want is that car, you can show off the jazzy car, whatever. When you hit a 40, when you hit your 50s, all the bad habits of those days start telling. That's when you wish, oh shit, I should have done cycling. No, I shouldn't have been after that car there.
What about people complaining about safe infrastructure and government needs to first give infrastructure? It's like a chicken and egg.
So it's a chicken and egg story. Okay. Now, put the infrastructure in place, people will come and use it. I don't think works. The issue is not lack of infrastructure. We have infrastructure today. If you look at this road, what infrastructure more do you need here to ride a cycle? This is more than enough. Okay? There are roads like this in every part of the city. You can commute from one corner to other corner on roads like this. If you're going to go from Makery Circle to Hebbal flyover on Ballari Road and complain about infrastructure, well, you really you're creating a problem for yourself. There isn't a real problem. So you can come now. I'm going to go back to ISKCON. I'm not going to touch any one of these roads. Absolutely safe. What more infrastructure do I need than what's already over there? So unlike in other countries where it's largely a homogeneous kind of traffic, cars are doing 65 miles an hour. Whatever that is, 100, 110 kilometers an hour. And there are 6 lanes, and there are 8 lanes. Safety is an issue. You really don't have the opportunity to move your vehicle away from a collision course with something on there. We have no such problems here. Okay, we don't need dedicated lanes.
And we don't need
it'll help if it is there, but is that a showstopper? Absolutely not.
People want wider roads so that they can have wider footpaths and wider and some lanes for cycles. Do you think that makes any sense?
No, it doesn't.
In Indian conditions?
No, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's simply because there is no such space. Why don't we have roads today? Why don't we have these lanes today? Because space is such an extraordinarily scarce commodity. Right? We don't have wide open roads. We're not designing cities up from scratch. We are essentially building, building mud fort villages into gigantic metropolises, biggest in the world. You can't just say, okay, I'm going to build a 8-lane road here, beautiful, with drainage, with this, with that. What happened? It's not even a chicken and egg story. It's a silly story. You just have to take to cycling, realize the fun in it, realize the benefits for you on that, and you can do anything you want on that. So countries have tried this before. So if you go to countries in Europe, all those people who are talking about dedicated lanes, whatever and all that, I think should go visit those European nations where people take to cycling as the norm. And there's not lanes everywhere that's over there. The population moves on cycles. And it's not a question of status. Oh, what car do you own? How big your car is? What kind of a car is this? That's not the issue. When you see the road, single occupant cars, pot belly drivers sitting in single occupant cars, not far. The car can take 5 people, but there's just only one person there. And he or she is probably going just a few kilometers, which could either be covered by walk, or by cycle, or by bus, or by the train today, or any one of these things. But I would rather take my car and go. And one thing I forgot to mention, how long does it take? The point about takes me a long time, and he said this. It takes me a long time, I have to get to office on time. So the 28 kilometers I do takes me 80 minutes plus or minus 5 minutes any day, any time of the day. I can't go faster because that's all I can do. I can't go slower because that's not comfortable. And the roads I'm going on absolutely don't contain any speed limits, whatever. So what you can cycle is all you can do.
Your pace.
So if I have a meeting at 9, I start from my home at 7:30. No matter what, I am there in office by 9, and I am the guy on a cycle. Whole lot of other guys are coming by car. Sir, Sarjapur, major traffic jam, sir. 9:15, can we start the meeting? Okay. The predictability and the punctuality you have when you use a cycle is enormous, and it's time saving. On an average, when I do a car, I do 14 kilometers an hour on good days. On my cycle, I consistently do 19-20 kilometers an hour. If I want to get to somewhere faster, Satish, I take a cycle.
I'll tell you my experience. I started developing knee pain only left leg, not right leg. Then I went to surgeon. I said, "Do you drive?" Yes. Then you leave the car. There's no medicine, nothing, no exercise. Get rid of your vehicle. Now I am going by metro. I walk from my house to bus stand 10 minutes. Wait there for. I have chosen timings, the exact time that one bus comes. Stay there, catch that bus. It takes me in the morning around. So that is 7:30 I start. So I'll get down at Indian Express, walk up to Cubbon Park Metro, get down Cubbon Park Metro, catch metro. There is 8:15 metro. Every day I catch that. Get down at Indira Nagar, walk another 5 minutes, catch some auto or something sharing one. Get down at Indira Nagar flyover, walk to office. So 8:45 I'm in the office. 8:50. So I stopped the car. So now with this experience, I will venture into
Cycling.
bicycle. See.
So what about people like me who say that I sweat,
You sweat.
and that's why I don't cycle?
That's a fair point. So it depends on how much you are doing. Firstly, sweat doesn't smell too bad. It does. It's stinking clothes. That it's clothes with unwashed clothes which really stink, not so much sweat. But so what we did is we have a shower in the office. It costs nothing really to build a shower in the office. So guys who are doing a longer distance or in hotter weather can shower in comfort at in the office, change of clothes, and then back to your normal office formal wear and get on with work. But if you're doing shorter distances like 8-10 kilometers,
Fine.
it really shouldn't matter so much because you're not going to be
Sweating that much.
sweating so much. May feel a little bit of discomfort with the sweat.
Only few days
Wash
in the
it away.
Huh?
Just sprinkle water on your face.
Wash your face, wash your hands, and that's about all. If it's really something, carry a formal. You can carry easily a set of clothes as well and change over. Use loose clothing, and because you're cycling, you will realize you're not going to perspire so much more as much as you think because you always have the wind blowing against you. If you are on roads which have no shade, that can happen. But if you're not, and which are those roads which don't have shade? The big main roads. Okay, not roads like this. Look down here, you can't see the end of the road. So much of tree cover over here, and there's always a nice cool breeze in Bangalore. Unlike in say some other cities like Delhi or Pune, where you would have a hot wind blowing.
Chennai,
We are gifted with extraordinarily good weather. So perspiration is not going to be a big issue either. If it is, I think it's fairly easy to provision for a shower in workplaces. So we got a shower built as well because women like you actually ask for it. It ends up I am the one. I am one of the few people using it. The women don't use it. We have a few women cycling to work too. They do have a change of clothes, but they don't feel the need for it. Yeah. So I would say we have some reason we kind of have developed a lot of beliefs
Mental
that
blocks.
cycling is unsafe. It's going to I'm going to be stinking. I'm going to be run over. I'm going to be breathing a lot of smoke. It's going to take me time. In fact, for all of these, I would say try cycling as a solution. You will discover completely something else. It's counterintuitive because you don't base it on reality. If you base it on reality, then I guess it's fairly intuitive to say, look, suffering a car is probably not the best thing to do. Yeah.